like the legislative assemblies, making them function with or without technology is itself a challenge. But for all of officers who are involved with that, your contribution is much more than what any normal government department would be doing. So we have been, my team in NIC has been part of the whole ecosystem in implementation of the National e-Vidhan application. And as Secretary Sir mentioned, that almost 20 assemblies have already adopted it, many have become totally paperless, and it has resulted in a lot of benefits for the legislators as also for the running the business of the House. In the Union Parliament also, we have a version of National e-Vidhan application known as Digital Sansad, which is being used very actively by the both houses of parliament, by the speaker, by elected members in running the affairs of the parliament, so that our parliament has also become totally paperless. And in doing so, especially in a parliament, when state assemblies is one language, it becomes easier. In parliament, since we have legislators from multiple states and multiple languages, one key requirement is translations and ensuring that members are able to hear in the language of their choice. Of course, the translators, human translators enable that, but with AI today, doing this translation, seamless translations, making documents available electronically, analyzing documents, using a summarization tool to go through a bill, paper, has become very, very easy. So what I will do today is that I will give a snapshot of India's national strategy on artificial intelligence, what we are doing as part of the India AI mission, and what we are doing for the larger society, like in healthcare, in education, other sectors, and there will be ways and means in which we can think how the same use cases can be applied for the National e-Vidhan application. So artificial intelligence, many of you would be aware of, and especially it has become very, very a popular buzzword nowadays. Almost everybody is aware of what AI is, and many of us think of AI as the ChatGPT and then other tools which has come in. But the fact of the matter is that AI has been around for a very, very long time. The term was first coined way back in 1956. And after that, it has gone through several phases, whether we call it machine learning, which is training how machines should think, deep learning, generative AI is what ChatGPT is, which was launched in November 22. And then everybody started using it and everybody became an AI user. हम लोग उसको यूज़ करके पोएट्री करने लगे, जोक्स बनाने लगे, कंटेंट लिखने लगे, and then it became productized. And since then, many AI tools have come in, whether it's Gemini or Claude or Grok or Llama, Meta. So everywhere people are using AI, has become much, much more popular. As we move forward, we are moving into the era of agentic AI, physical AI, and ultimately artificial general intelligence. Agentic AI is what? The job which is done by an agent. Normally, आजकल हम जब कस्टमर केयर को कॉल करते होंगे, you will hear a bot that replies. That's an agent which is replying. Similarly, an agent is something who does something for you. There are people who are making agents who can book your flight tickets or train tickets, book your holiday vacations. We are going in that era of technology evolution, and artificial general intelligence is something that everybody is trying to build with the hope that they will become as powerful as human beings and with that capability. As I mentioned, AI is impacting every aspect of our life, almost everywhere you use, whether it's YouTube, Netflix, Alexa, Siri, or Google Assistant. Everywhere there is some element of AI that is part of becoming part of our lives. Why AI matters for India? Why India is regarded as to play a big role in AI? Because one of our biggest strengths is our human capital. Our engineers are part of almost every big company globally, whether it's Google or Microsoft or OpenAI or Meta or Amazon. Our engineers are part of every such company. Some of them are even leading it. We have heard about Satya Nadella and Sundar Pichai. Indian IT companies are building such products for everyone. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, they are the solution providers for everyone around the world. In India, we have already implemented technology products like Aadhaar, UPI, DigiLocker, which makes us a big strength in building technology products. So we see that a huge potential. It can add almost 50 lakh jobs in this sector. It can contribute almost $1 trillion to our economy. It can be useful for decision making, database decision making, AI-enabled models which can help in taking decisions with regard to various public policy issues, and it can also boost a lot of economic growth by almost 8 AI unicorns have been set up.
So all these companies who are building good products, they can really create a lot of value. India's AI strength, as I mentioned, digital public infrastructure, our efforts in building Aadhaar or UPI or DigiLocker or eSanjeevani or Diksha or National Vidhan application. This shows what strength we have as a country in building large-scale technological products. AI-ready workforce, as I mentioned, we have very talented youth. In fact, as I mentioned, our companies similarly, if you look at the GitHub AI repository, those of you from the technical background will know, GitHub is a repository where code is written. So almost 20% of AI projects worldwide on GitHub comes from Indian engineers. In the Stanford AI Index 2025, India is regarded as the #1 country when it comes to skill penetration. So our human capital is very, very strong. We have a thriving startup ecosystem. We have more than almost 200,000 startups in the DPIIT and more than 140 unicorns, and many of them are AI unicorns. So again, that's again a very important aspect which makes us India suited to take advantage of this technology. Then ease of innovation, like of course government's policies towards promoting this, supporting this is again a reason that we can take advantage of this technology. However, there are certain challenges. Today we are much behind what China is, what US is, and what are the key challenges is that number one, we don't have any Indian foundation models. Today all the models that we are using, whether it's Gemini or ChatGPT or Grok or Claude or Meta, Llama, they all have been developed in either US or in China like DeepSeek and Qwen. So when we don't have Indian model, what happens is that when we are using this, our data is going to their servers. So we do need to build our own Indian foundation models which are trained in Indian languages, which are trained in Indian context, in our culture, our heritage. Number two, our data sets. Though we are a big country with a lot of data that we generate, but very often many of these data sets are not AI usable. Like they don't follow metadata standard, they are not API enabled. So those are the challenges which are there. Then compute GPUs are required to build AI, and GPUs are very, very expensive, graphical processing unit. In fact, 90% of the GPUs is controlled by one company, a company called NVIDIA, which yesterday became the first company to become a 5 trillion market cap. So again, they have a monopoly. The GPUs are very expensive. Till last year, India had only 646 GPUs. Today, of course, we have 38,000 GPUs as part of the India AI mission that I will be mentioning shortly. And then we also have to ensure that we build guardrails, that AI, when you are using it, can be biased. AI, since it's trained on data, if the input data is not diverse, if the input data has flaws, then it can result in certain responses which might not be totally true. So guardrails for ensuring responsible ethical AI becomes very important. Biases कैसे होते हैं? Like for example, the foundation models, if they are not trained in India, if you ask questions, give me the image of an Indian kitchen, it might think कि अभी भी हमारे यहाँ LPG नहीं use होता है, they will give you an old image. Image of a typical Indian person, again biased image. Image of an Indian house, again a biased image. So we do need to build Indian models to ensure that we are free from these biases. The AI mission, what AI mission is doing is trying to address all the gaps that are there in an AI story. We have a 7-pillar approach. The first pillar is to make available compute. Compute means, as I mentioned, GPUs. So the goal was to get at least 10,000 GPUs available at a low cost. Second was about building India's foundation models, supporting Indian companies to build Indian foundation models. Third was to build a datasets platform. Fourth was to take an application development. How do we develop applications that can solve societal problems in education, healthcare, agriculture? Fifth is future skills, like where we are very talented, but how do we retain that advantage? Sixth is about providing support to startups under the startup financing pillar. And seventh is about building safe and trusted tools, or tools for ensuring safe, trustworthy, responsible development of AI. So in all these pillars, we have moved forward in the last 1 year, I should say. The program was approved in March of 2024, and we started implementation after elections. In the last 1 year, today, against a target of 10,000 GPUs, we have got 38,000 GPUs which are installed and which are available at a very low cost, 65 rupees per GPU per hour, which is less than $1 per GPU. Global prices are almost $2.5 to $3. So we have made this available, and our industry, our companies are using it, our researchers are using it. Why is it not going to next? Is it moving? Oh, यहाँ नहीं move कर रहा. sorry. So compute. So then the second objective that we have is about the foundation models, how we can build Indian foundation models. So today we are supporting 12 initiatives from startups, from industry to build Indian foundation models. In that, at least 2 initiatives, Sarvam, which is being done by a startup in Bangalore, and Bharat Gen, which has been done by IIT Bombay, they are at a very advanced stage of building their foundation model. So by December and by end of December, we should be having our Indian foundation model, our Indian chat GPT that will be using. Then the third is about datasets platform. Like the idea was that like how do we make datasets available? So we are building a platform called AI Kosh, which the beta version of is already live. We have more than 3,000 datasets that are available. So anyone trying to train an AI model, trying to train an AI application can use it by accessing the datasets. And it has got datasets from both public sector and private sector. A lot of language datasets are there. The AI Coach is again an initiative which is helping people build AI applications and models. And this platform has got non-personal data, it is permission-based access, and there are safety guardrails which ensures that nobody who is not authorized gets access to any data. Then safe and trustworthy as the future. There's so much a lag between this and that. So future skills is again the effort required to build to ensure that our workforce remains ready for the days to come. So we are providing fellowships, scholarships to students at all levels, whether they are undergoing undergraduate education or postgraduate or research fellowships. And these scholarships are available to not only computer science students or engineering students. These are available to students who are studying any subject, because whether it's law or medicine or commerce or liberal arts, because AI cuts across all domains. So these scholarships are available. We are also setting up data labs in tier 2 cities in ITI's polytechnics to train rural youth in tier 2 cities for becoming data annotators, for becoming data analysts, for becoming data scientists, because those are jobs that we created in the days to come. Then safe and trusted is a pillar under which we are building tools for ensuring safe development of AI, because how to test whether an AI application has got bias or has got some mistakes that they are doing hallucinations. So this is being done under the safe and trusted pillar of India AI mission. Then application development is the most useful. How do we build applications that can benefit people? So here what we do is that we work with Government of India departments and state governments in trying to get problem statements from them and get applications developed with startups and researchers and then deploy at scale. So under the application pillar, we have developed several applications in healthcare, in agriculture, in governance, for learning disabilities, and also for climate action. Some of these are like using AI to detect tuberculosis, using AI to advise farmers with regard to what they should do, how much water they should use, where they should sell their crop, and all of these are voice-enabled services which can benefit farmers. So in government also we are using in multiple ways how we are using AI in government. Like for example, document translation is being done. Bhashini is a project which is helping us translate from all Indian languages. We are also using it for dictation services in e-office. In Government of India we use e-office. On e-office I can give a dictation of a file note instead of typing it out, and I can do it in English, I can do it in Hindi, I can do it in Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, any language. Then we are providing legal research services to the Supreme Court and the High Courts. There what they are doing is that whenever a petition comes, they want a summary of that petition. The petition might run into thousands of pages. So this tool which is called Ligra, what it does is a legal research assistant. It helps in summarizing the document. It also links in what is the point of law that is involved, and then that it also references earlier judgments on the same point of law. Then we are doing a lot of verification services. Many of you would have used DigiYatra, which is also an AI application wherein face recognition happens. Your image is taken, they compared with the image on your Aadhaar card, the name is compared with the name on the boarding pass, and then the gate opens, you move on. Similarly, Jeevan Praman for pension verification is again a service that is again an AI-enabled service. Many states have driving license appointments which are done through image recognition, and you do that. So face authentication has become a very important part of the service that we are doing. Citizen services, multilingual chatbots are there which many departments, many states are using in their applications. And then there are lots of projects for DPR analysis and for helping take better decisions within the government. Then We have Bhashini project, as I mentioned. Bhashini is ensuring seamless language translations. Bhashini is being implemented by almost all departments, whether it's agriculture, education, healthcare, police. In almost all states, Bhashini is being adopted. Parliament has adopted it, and I'm sure some states would also be looking at adopting Bhashini. And I've been asking my team to integrate AI services and Bhashini with the National e-Vidhan application, so that whenever there is any communication that is required to go outside the state or to some other assembly, or there are some states in which multiple languages might be required in both English, Hindi, bilingual, that also can be done using Bhashini. And the power of this technology, I will just demonstrate by a short video. I hope it plays. This is the video of...
We have the remaining 13 bits, in which the 12th bit is called the small a bit. Then the remaining 6 bits are compute bits. These 3 are the destination bit and these are the jump bits. फिर हमारे पास बाकी के 13 बिट्स हैं, जिसमें 12वां बिट स्मॉल ए बिट कहलाता है. फिर बाकी के 6 बिट्स कंप्यूट बिट्स. ये 3 डेस्टिनेशन बिट हैं और ये जंप बिट्स. அதன் பிறகு மீதமுள்ள 13 பிட்ஸ் உள்ளன. அதில் 12வது பிட் ஸ்மால் a பிட் என்று அழைக்கப்படுகிறது. அதன் பிறகு மீதமுள்ள 6 பிட்ஸ் கம்ப்ளீட்.
So this was Professor Kamakoti, Director of IT Madras. His lecture has been translated. He has taught the class in English, but there might be other students who want to learn in Hindi or Tamil or their own mother tongue. So the same lecture using AI, ensuring that the tone is retained, and also his hand movement where he is saying what is retained. So that is the power of AI today, and that is being used in multiple applications. In fact, every month when you follow Man Ki Baat, there also we do all the translations in all languages by using AI. As I mentioned, in law and justice, it is being used greatly for multilingual translation, chatbots in various courts. It is being used. Kerala High Court has adopted that in a great manner. The entire AI-based application for case sequencing, for allotting cases, for serving notices. So many applications, law and justice, and similar use cases can be thought for e-Vidhan application also. The way, suppose you have to ask assembly questions, then sorting it out, getting the similar questions that were asked in the past, trying to bunch replies of a similar question at one place, giving it. So there are multiple AI applications that can be used in assemblies and parliament also. Again, a very simple use case in urban governance, what some cities have done is that they have incentivized the Ola and Uber drivers and Zomato, Swiggy delivery boys, so that when they move around in the city, the camera in front, when they are looking at Google Maps or Map India in the front, their camera captures potholes or garbage dumps or street lights not working or manhole curves missing or traffic light not working, and it clicks the image and the latitude longitude and sends it to a control room, so that you don't need to put cameras. You are able to get this information and then you go and fix it. Similarly, there are many cities in which traffic violations are being captured through this: red light jumping, seat belt not wearing, backlight not working, number plate not being there. So these videos are being captured by these fellows who are anyway moving, and we are able to improve city administration and law and order. Then agriculture, as I mentioned, authentic information to farmers, agri advisories in the mother tongue of the farmer. If suppose a farmer wants to know what pesticides to use, if a crop is having a damage, he can just call a number, upload the photo of the crop, or get information with regard to how much fertilizer to use, how much water to use for irrigation, and he gets all these advisories in the mother tongue. So again, benefits the farmers in many ways. And then assistive learning, we have also started a project in which with Amrita Vishwapeetham and CDAC, wherein AI is being used to create sign language interface. So if somebody is wanting to access a public service, he can use sign language to ask for that, and then the camera sees the sign language and gives the reply back in sign language. So again benefiting those who are hearing impaired and who can not actually talk or hear about getting a service. Then again, there is another solution wherein autism is being detected, because a lot of students with learning needs, students with the ailments and disabilities like autism, sometimes we are not able to diagnose them in time. But this tool is there wherein we need just a 15-second video, and then AI will enable to identify whether they are at risk, whether they need to be screened for autism or not. And this is something that can be easily deployed in Anganwadi centers and primary schools. NIC has got a series of service which is available. These services can be integrated in eVidhan. So whether it's for a chatbot that you want to build on your assembly website, wherein users or elected members can query, or speech to text service, face verification service for entry, just like we can enter a airport by using face authentication, one should be able to use the assembly premises also by using face authentication. Then document image analytics service is also inbuilt, where we can analyze the content in a document. Then we also have a geospatial system which is used to identify if the illegal mining is going on or some other modification is happening in the construction plans. Then we have a text translation service, Matra, then Panini is a translation service, Saransh is a summarization service. Then we have sometimes when you have to share documents, we need to mask the personally identifiable attributes. So Nibrit has been made for that, and Anveshika is a Gen AI service which NIC has, and Ligra is a legal research assistant. So these services are available. Some of it, as per need, our NIC teams can explore if we can need to integrate it in our AI applications. I'll just conclude by saying that all the work that we are doing in AI will be showcased to the whole world when we will be hosting the Impact Summit in February 19-20th of February 2026, which India is hosting for the first time. It's coming to a developing country, and our Prime Minister has given the whole direction that we have to kind of be the leader in trying to create a global governance framework for the whole world for artificial intelligence. We are focusing on 7 key themes, which includes trust with people first, so that we are able to look at the impact it's creating on jobs, innovation, promoting innovation, accountability, fairness, understandability by design, and for safety, resilience, and sustainability. So this is our objective of our AI governance that we have. We have a lot of flagship events during the summit. 3 innovation challenge, 1 for AI innovation challenge for all, 1 for AI innovation challenge for women, 1 for youth. We are also having a research symposium and an exhibition in which best of the technology will be showcased. So I will urge upon we will be sending invites to all assemblies also for them to join. States are also becoming part of the summit, and look forward to welcoming you amongst those who are interested in joining the summit and getting to know more about it. So this was a brief overview about India's AI mission and what we are doing. Happy to get more feedback, more suggestions with regard to in what ways we can collaborate with the state assemblies, in what ways NIC and India AI mission can support your endeavors. So thank you for giving me this time.